The start of a new school year means the start of a new season of WPIAL boys soccer. We welcome you to Ante Marino Stadium here on the campus of Gateway High School in Monroeville, Pennsylvania, as the Gateway Gators take on the Butler Golden Tornadoes here on Gateway Gators Productions. Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for tuning in this evening. I'm Spencer Witt. For the Gators, a team that has went to the WPIAL playoffs 4 straight years, looking for their 5th straight WPIAL playoff appearance, but they're in a new section this year. They have moved up to 4A and playing a common foe in the likes of the Butler Golden Tornadoes, who are a 4A powerhouse over the last several years. Butler got themselves to the WPIAL 4A semifinals last year before falling to North Allegheny, and this is a non-conference matchup that will be a good opponent for Gateway this year to try and figure things out in their brand new section is right off the gate. The Gators in the black jerseys going from left to right. A nice through ball, but picked up by the Golden Tornadoes goalkeeper. Wearing a Pittsburgh Hotspurs jersey, one of the club teams in the Pittsburgh area. As this one will be going around Butler, the Golden Tornadoes in the white jerseys. As Graydon Brown sends it back to the keeper. And then sent forward. Headed once. Second time. Getting to that one. Nice run for Thomas Sheptak. Sheptak is going to shield the player off that one. And he's going to get himself a corner. So first corner kick of the evening here in Monroeville, Pennsylvania. The sun has gone behind some clouds in the distance. It was a hot one today. Temperatures hit about 95 degrees. I think the temperature right now is about 88, but the real feel is still 90 degrees. A hot and humid one this evening. Hopefully will try and cool down a little bit as the sun will go down. First 2 minutes here in this one into the box and sent right back out by the Gators. And a nice touch for Gateway. It'll go back to the keeper for the Gators. It's number 22, Maximo Estramero, one of the freshmen. Losing their goalkeeper, the senior last year for Gateway, and Jace Beam. They've talked about it. The freshmen, 14 freshmen on this roster compared to just 5 last year. There's only 5 sophomores. So a lot of freshmen. They've had 34 kids on this Gateway program. As one of them will take a shot, and that one ripped in for a goal. Stopping and turning, and the Gators strike first with number 20, Camden Simon. Simon had 6 goals last year. He gets his first of the year. Here in this one, another look at it. First goal of the evening for Gateway. As this one will go out. And Estramero will take the goal kick. This was a Butler team last year, 14-3-3. Went 10-2-2 in 4A Section 1. Finished 3rd in their section. That's how tough of a section it was, only losing 2 matches and finishing 3rd. And the only 2 matches they lost were to 2 teams above them, but it was the ties that made the difference. Tying to teams below them is what killed them in the standings. We're not able to get themselves higher than 3rd, but a first-round win in their playoffs, and then in the semifinals losing to the runners-up last year in North Allegheny. That North Allegheny team fell to one of the bigger upsets, I think, in WPIAL history and boys soccer history. The Norwin, the Knights of Norwin, an 8 seed, the last team to make it into the playoffs. Won the entire thing on penalty kicks in a classic last year in the WPIAL finals. As offsides is the call on Butler. And that's the section that Gateway, that is the WPIAL conference that Gateway is in, the level that they're in, 4A. This season after being in 3A. 8-6-2 record in 2023 for the Gators of Gateway. Went 8-4-2 in section. That got them 4th in 3A, section 4. Lost to Montour 5-0 in the WPIAL first round last season. As Butler will get to this one, and they've got numbers lofted over. Good ball to number 12 for the Golden Tornadoes. Gets around the defender. Taken away, though. Nice defense for Gateway. That was Mason Anderson, who had a good run for Butler, but that one sniffed out by Ryan Hellman. As you take a look, this is the section for Gateway. Norwin, the champions last year. Plum, the Mustangs, always a tough team. Gateway Gators, Hempfield Spartans struggled last year, trying to bounce back this year. Penn Hills and Central Catholic, also teams that could be a shakeup in this section as well. So some familiar foes in terms of the other sports that you'll see. Of course, it seems like every year the football team takes on Plum and Penn Hills yearly, though a little bit of a new team in Central Catholic, which we'll have the broadcast for them coming up this year as well, as the Vikings will come into town here in Auntie Marino Stadium. Thrown in for Gateway. Trying to turn with that one, taken away though. Max Fry gets a piece of it, but back over for Butler. Ryan Conaway. Conaway will send it in the box. It's headed off of a couple players, goes backwards, and now a Golden Tornado is into it, or is at it. That one sent through the uprights and good. A bad touch for the trailer, Michael Roman. Freshman midfielder. Had the right idea. Didn't anyone marking him, and a good pass to him, but just off the side of his foot and too high. And a goal kick at midfield for the Gators. Thomas Sheptak will send it over to the right side. Shot taken and right to Estamera, who collects it. A little bit of a rebound, but he handles it. Cool, calm, and collective. On the strike, another look at it here from Ryan Conaway. This one crossed in. Correction, that's Conaway who gets a piece of it on the defensive side. It was Christopher Rubsick, who took that initial shot. This one goes out of play. And a throw-in for the Gators. Take a look at the bench again. 34 rostered players on this team. Butler, no slouch themselves. They've got numbers in the 30s as well. Overall, 4 years, freshmen to seniors on the roster. The Golden Tornadoes, the JV team, took down Gateway, in the matchup prior here. Getting a piece of that one and a foul called Nick Lo Coco, the captain, didn't like it. Lo Coco, 10 goals, 8 assists last year, led the team. Him and his brother, James Lo Coco, had 8 goals and 2 assists himself as well. And head coach Mike Rue was mentioning that those two will be accounting for basically running 18 to 18, so box to box, all across the field. That's going to be one of their things that they are capable of doing as well, just being all over the field and constantly being a presence on the ball for this Gators offense and defense. This one crossed in. Estremera collects that one. Punted to the 40-yard line of the football field, and James Lo Coco sent over to Nick Lo Coco, his brother, who sends this one all the way across. Good ball to the far side. Defenders trying to get on that one, but crossed in. All the way back over. Gateway still with possession. Lets that one roll. Conaway's trying to get to it, but no, collected. Nice play from James Lo Coco. His brother Nick sends that one off a golden tornado, but back over to the defensive line. Flicked forward. Player looked like it would have been offsides anyway. Saw the referee put his whistle to his mouth. Was going to blow it if he had touched it or he made an attempt at it. Mr. Mara will let that one roll to himself. And he'll throw it forward. Yeah, we talked about it before. Gateway, 5 straight appearances in the WPIAL playoffs. That's what they're looking for, but haven't had too much success. They've been able to get there. It's just a matter of getting past the first round into the quarterfinals and semifinals. As this one collected by Butler. Thaddeus Mago, the keeper for the Golden Tornadoes. Mago listed as number 29 on their roster, but you have to wonder if his jersey, his goalkeeper jersey, or the one they normally wear, is black. Hence the reason he's wearing his pink jersey. Be a throw in for Butler. Garrick Rickich will throw it in. Goes over ahead of one player, still at the edge of the box, and then sent out by the Gators. Only temporarily. One touch, flicked forward. Back line moves back and gets to it for the Gators. That one goes off the ref. That one is going to be feeling that tomorrow. Referee walking that one off with a little smile, a little grimace, as you can see on your screen. Caught in the crossfire. And a throw in for Butler. Thrown in. Lets it go. Sent right back out, though, by Graydon Brown for Butler. Thought Ryan Hellman was going to send that one over to the far side, but took it himself in his through ball. No one on it for a black jersey. But Hellman will be able to turn now, and he's got some room to work with. All the way over. Getting to it, cutting it in at the edge of the box. Back over Lo Coco off the volley, but not a good touch from him. Right idea. Goes out of play. It'll be a goal kick. Thaddeus Mago, sophomore goalkeeper for Butler, in all pink, sends it over to his teammate in the pink cleats, Graydon Brown, and Brown forward for the Golden Tornadoes. Out of play, though. There'll be a throw in. We've got some substitutions in for both of these teams. Again, non-conference matchup, or non-section matchup, I should say. Both of them in 4A, but you're going to see a lot of substitutions coming in and out on a match that, in the grand scheme of things, on the stat lines, isn't as important as your section matches. But make no mistake, these matches are important for both of these teams. Number one, it's just the confidence of taking down, if you're, let's say you're Gateway, taking down a 4A team that went to the WPIAL semifinals last year, has retained a lot of their players from the past season. On the other side for Butler, again, just knowing the type of teams that you'll be seeing throughout this season as well in 4A. And just working out the offense, the defense, winning the balls at midfield, things like that. That you work through in these matches, so when section play does come up, you have the credentials to make a run in your section. As offsides is the call on Butler. Didn't like the call, but free kick taken. All the way down across the field. Owen Echegary will get to this one. Owen Echegary, the libero on the volleyball team. I believe that was an illegal throw-in. Yes, it was. Gateway was saying he wasn't trying to throw it in. He was trying to drop the ball so someone else could throw it in, but the referee saying he made the motion to the throw, and he went more forward than just dropping it, so they're going to call that a throw-in. Now an opportunity for Butler, but offsides was Maddox McCall, who had came into the match. Junior for Butler. Free kick for Gateway. One touch. Mason McCall, the older brother of Maddox McCall. Sent it forward, but now Gateway with it. A strike to the keeper, Thaddeus Mago, seeing if he was off his line a little bit. Mago was kind of far forward near the edge of that white box, but he had backtracked enough to collect that one fairly easily. Sent out by the Gators just defensively. Butler with it. Player trying to fix his sock during the play as the ball got passed to him. Still with it for Butler. Deflects off of the fence there on the railing. Out of play. Be a throw in. Ryan Conaway throws it in. Thomas Sheptak. Sheptak Nice run for him, crosses it in, looking for help. It's cleared out momentarily. Back at the edge of the box, couple players bouncing off of it and then sent back for Gateway. Still in possession for Butler. To the far side. Nice spacing for the Golden Tornadoes. Into the box, looking for help. It goes off a player as Samara's there for it, and that one is put in for the Golden Tornadoes. Mason Anderson for Butler. Puts that one, another look at it. Went to his chest. Estremera tries to get to it, expecting kind of a touch on it from Anderson, and Anderson just kind of lets it go. And what happens is Estremera goes down on his knee. It rolls away from him. Anderson gets to it and taps that one home pretty easily. That ties it back up here at 1 apiece. Here in this non-section matchup, so it was an early goal for the Gators. But Butler, with 20 minutes remaining here in this first half, has responded. Couple touches sent forward by Ryan Conaway. Out of play throw in for Gateway. Madden Furzak was the one who threw that one in, I believe. Correction, that was Grant Karstetter. Nice touch. James Lo Coco deflects it off a Butler player, crosses it in at the net. That one over the bar. Inside the box, but a good effort. Troy Bowden for a Gateway. Beautiful cross in from Lo Coco. And a goal kick for Butler. Estremera will come up as someone on the team yelling, "Max, Max, Max." Trying to get Maximo to come up and get that ball. He does. He sends it forward. Nice turn from Nick Lo Coco to give himself space on the left side. Down the field, though, just too far. Thaddeus Mago brings it back to himself, picks it up, and rolls it to the near side now. Conaway, a one-on-one. Grant Karstetter with pressure. Out of play, a throw in for Gateway. Max Fry throws it in. Touch was too strong. Still with it, though, for Gateway, trying to cut in. Mason McCall was right there for it. Nick Lo Coco to James. Shot taken. That was Nick Lo Coco on the drive, but Thaddeus Mago is right there for it. Another look at it. You see Lo Coco take the touch. Sees the defender's about to collapse, so he takes the strike. Mago right there for it. Maxwell Davis for Butler. Now they swing it over where Graydon Brown has to come back to it. So with Conaway. Not a good touch from Mago, though. Almost taken over by Gateway. Still some pressure. And they clear it out momentarily. Lo Coco. Lo Coco gets taken down. Shot taken. That one over the bar. Nick Lo Coco, the argument he's trying to give was defender just got in front of him, never got the ball, and Lo Coco ran out of room to run. Basically, almost flipped over top of the defender. And a goal kick. That one off of defender Noah Ernst. Junior midfielder, and a throw in. Good touches. Good through ball. Defended, though, by Butler. And it goes out of play. Ryan Conaway, a little dirty after that one. Lands into the sandbox for the long jump for track. Another look at it. You see Conaway shields the Gator away, and just the collision afterwards gets Conaway dirty. As this ball with some pressure, from Gateway. Conaway back over to his teammate. Two players were going after him, so he finds the open space, and Butler again still playing monkey in the middle with their back line here. Now they move it forward. At midfield, bad touch. Throw in, quick one. Too far up. Conaway throws it in. Some pressure on him. Grant Karstetter on the pressure. Lo Coco, James Lo Coco. Camden Simon. Simon with the cross, and it's collected after a collision. Thaddeus Mago holds on to it as he comes down. It was Sengai Park, the freshman midfielder for Gateway. Sengai Park, one of the freshmen I mentioned before. A lot of freshmen on this team. Estremera, the keeper, and Park getting the start as well. It was a nice show of respect for Park, making sure that Mago was all right. Nothing malicious, nothing intentional. Another throw in. Flicked forward. One header. Out of play, throw in. Alec Wright waits to throw it in for the Golden Tornadoes. Back to Mago. Another substitution for Gateway. Owen Echegary comes back in. Another throw in for the Gators. Amar Morel Merriweather throws it in. Sophomore for the Gators. Left back. A foul called on Butler. Free kick. A good spot for an opportunity here. Looks like it will be one that will probably be lofted in to the box. Quickly taken, net correction, a strike taken. Mago gets a piece of it and just couldn't get onto that one, a Gator. And a sigh of relief from Thaddeus. Took a skip at him and a look at it. And you see, played it right, just let it bounce to him. There's some pressure on him out of the break as well. These Gators are flying through here in the last 10 minutes. Here in this one, in this first half, correction. Good ball movement for Butler, and they've got space now. To the far side, room to work with. Merrill Merriweather has to get out there to defend. Sheptak. They were looking for the give and go. He gets it back. Forward, no one there though, as they had to stay on the line. And a smart play by Estremera to let that one go and roll out for a goal kick. Was trying to just grab it last second, but the potential of him not holding it collecting it cleanly and it rolls out would have been a corner kick for Butler. Instead, the surefire goal kick. Senkai Park. Amar Merrill Merriweather. Back over to Merriweather. Cleared out by Butler. Maddox McCall. Conaway. McCall. Looking to turn. It's Christopher Rubsick. Lofting that one over. Mr. Mara has to do a little hop and collect that one for the Gators. Right idea, though, for Butler. Calmly taken by Nick Lo Coco. Couple step overs. Good defense from Butler. That was Christopher Rubsick for the Golden Tornadoes. Another throw in. Garrick Rikic will send that one in. But back over for Gateway. Etchegari takes it, crosses it in. Player just not there for the Gators. Still in possession, though. 6 minutes remaining here in the first half. Looking to break the deadlock as this one goes over the bar. From Grant Carstetter, correction, Owen Etchegari. Another look at it. Etchegari, I think he was going for the cross. Just put too much on it. Looking to go back post. Butler flicks this one forward. Easy header. And Park sends it forward. Another sub in for Butler. Mason Anderson back in for the Golden Tornadoes. Touch taken by Butler. That one goes wide, though. Vincent Vagney with some not so good defense there with the pressure on him. Felt the pressure. Didn't get a good piece of it. And a Butler striker was there for it. But a tough angle for him, and it goes wide. There's been a back and forth affair here. Of course, Gateway scoring the first one. Just a handful of minutes into this match. Butler responding about 6 minutes later. Is this one into the box now? Past Estremera, and it trickles wide. That was Michael Roman. Again, the freshman. He has been giving Gateway's defenders a lot to think about here in these last couple minutes. As he lines up, good news for Butler, it's a corner kick. He lines up right next to Estremera. Into the box. Bounce off a couple players, it trickles in. Mason Anderson with the goal for the Golden Tornadoes. And Butler has taken the lead now. Another look at it. And that's just a freshman keeper situation right there. If you're Estremera, you're always told as a goalkeeper, if you go out for the ball, you have to go get it. You cannot be caught in no man's land. Either stay on the line or go to the ball and make the full commitment. Estremera took a couple steps, got stuck in that no man's land, and it just bounced off a couple guys in front of him. He had no chance to make a play because it bounced by him after going off a Golden Tornado player, and I believe it might have hit off of one of his defenders as well. And that's just plays that you learn as you go throughout WPIAL soccer. Anderson was able to make the play, and Butler and scored the last 2 goals here, make it a 2-1 lead with a little over 2 minutes remaining. That's Anderson's second goal of the evening for the Golden Tornadoes. Etchegari back over. Lo Coco, bad touch, but Butler with it now. To the sidelines, couldn't get to it. Rolls around the backpacks and the Gatorade bottles, where Gateway gets to it, and then back out of play. Going down and a foul called as you could hear the collective haze from the bench of the Golden Tornadoes. Lo Coco called for the foul. Final 90 seconds of this first half. Good touch. Graydon Brown. Out of play. Throw in for Gateway. Past the line. A goal kick for Butler with 30 seconds remaining. Remember, the clock keeps ticking. When it hits 0, that's the end of the first half regardless of what happens. So the Golden Tornadoes are looking for one last push here to get a third goal in this first half. Mason McCall checks the time, sends it into the box for Butler. That one gets headed, but it's wide. And with 5 seconds remaining, that will be the end of the first half. 2 goals from Mason Anderson for the Golden Tornadoes after Gateway striking first early on from Camden Simon. But a 2-1 lead for Butler here in this non-section matchup. Don't go anywhere for the second half between these two teams here on Gateway Gators Productions. Welcome back here on Gateway Gators Productions at Auntie Marino Stadium. Butler with a 2-1 lead over the Gateway Gators here in the home opener of the boys 2024 Gateway Gators soccer season. We'll take a look at some of the highlights here. This is the first goal for the Gators, and then crossed in here for Butler, where number 12, Mason Anderson, is going to get 2 goals. And again here, just you see Estremera go up for it, and it rolls by him, and I was a little critical of him. I understand in that situation. And the reason I was so critical is because I've been in that situation. I was one of the goals I remember giving up when I was in high school level soccer was a goal like that. The first goal I actually ever gave up was where it was a corner kick, and I just never went to it. I went up, took a couple steps, and then just watched it go to a guy who was 2 feet in front of me, and I easily could have gotten to it, and instead he put it into the back of the net. But it's just something that, again, we talk about these non-conference, these non-section matchups, things that you learn early on in this season for when the matches truly matter to get yourselves in a good position in the WPIAL playoffs. Gateway, 5 straight WPIAL playoff appearances, but they've been a team that has been on the lower half of the WPIAL appearances, finishing usually between 2nd, 3rd, and 4th in their section, which qualifies them for the playoffs, but playing a very tough team in the first round. They've been having issues getting by those tough teams for good reason. Matchups in the first round really tell the tale, depending on how your section winds up. Is take a look at some of the upcoming games here for Gateway. Cannon Mac, the Big Macs, on August 29th. Penn Hills Indians is a good show of sportsmanship there between 2 players. Penn Hills Indians on September 5th. That's a section matchup at Plum on September 10th, at Norwin on September 12th, and at Central Catholic on September 17th. So a lot of bus rides here for the next couple weeks for these Gators after their next couple of matchups, a non-section matchup against Cannon Mac and a home one against Penn Hills. Good touch for Butler, but just too far past the sideline. And a throw in for the Gators. A collision as one player went for the ball but never actually touched the ball. And Gateway with it. Good ball for Lo Coco. Lo Coco stops, turns, takes a shot, and he scores! James Lo Coco past the keeper to tie it up here for the Gators. Another look at it. Great ball to the co-captain. Let the defenders make the decision. Found the hole and found the spot just past the outstretched arms of Thaddeus Mago. And Lo Coco bringing the Gators back even here in this one. James Lo Coco had 8 goals last year. Was second in the team in goals to his brother Nick Lo Coco. We talked about it earlier in the broadcast how the Lo Coco brothers are going to be a big force here for this Gateway team. In their senior years. As a stoppage of play, the clock has stopped. Now it started rolling again. Thaddeus Mago was a little confused. But I believe someone gave him the reasoning, and he seemed more understanding after that, and he sends it forward for Butler. At the sideline, ooh, a little collision there. A little too much collision. I believe we'll have a free kick. Yes, we will. Foul called on Gateway. Good opportunity for Butler, equivalent of a corner kick. We saw Butler score once on a cross ball earlier in the first half. Thomas Sheptak will take it. Sheptak sends it into the box, looking for some help. It gets headed, but it's saved by Estremera. Diving to his right, a nice stop from the keeper for Gateway. Another look at it here. It was who else but Mason Anderson who got a piece of that one for Butler. Was looking for the hat trick, but Estremera denies him. Gateway getting to that ball. It's Park. Park, a defender on him, though, well defended. Sent forward, nice play from him. Him being Garrick Reikic. Mago. Thaddeus Mago. Fun fact, my mom wanted to name me Thaddeus. My dad vetoed that. But Mago sent that one out of play. On a throw in for Gateway. At the sideline. Out of play. Thrown in. Conaway with the dirty jersey after sliding into the sandbox that is covered, but there's still a lot of dirt on it. In front for Butler. But several Gators swarm on that one. Now Gateway on the odd man break. And defended by Butler. Michael Roman. Colton English. English will get a piece as he collides. Park. Couple touches. Lo Coco. The other Lo Coco. Back to the other Lo Coco. Etchegare. Vincent Vagney goes as far as he can until pressure on him, and he'll move a little bit forward as well. Etchegare forward, but taken. Tough touch, though, and back to him. Now to the far side. Max Fry all over him. Defensive pressure. Swung to the near side now. Garrick. Reek, excuse me. Rekic, correction. I'll get that right by the end of this match, I promise. Christopher Rubsick tries to cut in. Good defense there. Merle Merriweather was on it. Still a shot taken as he goes back over. A bad touch taken over by Butler. Estremera has to dive to his left to make the stop. And a corner kick for the Golden Tornadoes. Trying to break the deadlock. Thomas Sheptak will take the corner for Butler. Butler has one player anywhere near the goal. Everyone else is just either inside the box or right outside of it. Streaking in now. Sheptak on the corner. Far corner, gets a touch. But cleared out by Camden Simon. Lo Coco. Nick Lo Coco. Or correction, that's James Lo Coco. Over to the right side. Shot taken and scoring. Beautiful 1-2 from James Lo Coco to Camden Simon, and Simon scores for the Gators. Another look at it. Lo Coco with a great run. Gets it over to his teammate. No defensive pressure on him until right then he takes the shot. Mago could only just act as big as he looked. But Camden Simon puts it home for the Gators. So I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, thought it was Simon that scored the first goal. I believe it was James Lo Coco that actually scored the first goal a couple minutes into the match. And a foul was called against Gateway. Right at the football 20-yard line. Who's going to take this one for Butler? Sheptak is over there. Sheptak will step away. This one goes off a player and back out for a goal kick. Jamara takes the quick goal kick. Turning and forgetting the ball. Off the back heel from Nick Lo Coco and throw in. One header. Second header from Vagney. James Lo Coco with some space. No, Ernst is on him, but Ernst forces it out past the sideline and a throw in for Butler. If you're just tuning in, Gateway scoring the first goal. Just a handful of minutes into the match. Butler, about 6 or 7 minutes later, responds from Mason Anderson. And the Golden Tornadoes get a second goal from Mason Anderson. And in the second half now, James Lo Coco scoring on a beautiful strike for the Gators to tie it up at 2. Camden Simon, off the assist from James Lo Coco, gets the third goal for the Gators. And that's where we are right now with a little under a half an hour remaining here in this match. Couple touches and back over for Butler. Goes off of Merrill Merriweather and still possession for Butler. Good through ball, good shot, and it goes off the post. Everett Regis is going to want that one back. Another look at it. Beautiful through ball, got past the back line. Everett Regis, the junior striker for the Golden Tornadoes, was about a foot away from tying that one. Now some pressure, and it's back to Mago. Echigari in the way, and a throw in for Butler. Over in front, underneath Estremera, and a goal. Crossed in. And Michael Roman got just enough of it to get it under the diving Estremera. Another look at it. And this match is tied back up. Michael Roman, the freshman for Butler, sending that one underneath the freshman goalkeeper for Gateway. And a 3-3 tie here in this one with 26 minutes remaining. I'll say it anyway because I can. I'm not saying that this thing is going to end 3-3, and the way it's been going, it doesn't seem like it. If it is 3-3 at the end of regulation, that is the end of the match. They'll end it in a tie. That one out of play. No contact, but no call. Brett Rossi tried to sell it a little bit. Tries to cross that one in, but just past the end line for Mason Anderson. And a goal kick for Estremera. Nick Lo Coco. Merle Merriweather. That was sent forward, sliding in is Lo Coco, but it gets to 22, Maxwell Davis. Davis to Noah Ernst, excuse me. And to the far side where it's kept in momentarily. They'll just go past the end line. Oh, no, correction. I thought it was kept in, but it was not, so a throw in. Oh, no, that's right. Okay. Gateway was throwing it in. I could have swore I still saw the white line there as the ball was over there. And I was correct. My eyes did not deceive me. And a goal kick for the Gators. Under 25 minutes remaining. Grant Karstetter checks off for the Gators. Forward from Ryan Hellman. Princeton White, who has just checked into the match, defending for the Gators. Goes out of play, another throw in. Ryan Conaway will throw it in. Still in the box. Edge of the box now. On the far side, Conaway back with it. Crosses it over, but ahead from a Gator is there. Flick back, are they onside? No, they're not. Right idea. Everett Regis was just not back onside. Lo Coco will turn to the right side. Couldn't get it to Owen Echegary. You could even hear him from up here saying, "Oh, my bad, Owen." Nice touch from James Lo Coco. As Nick Lo Coco got to it. You can hear Shield, but it's kept in by Gateway. Simon backing out of play. Good play, though. Another look at it here. Troy Bowden for Gateway, keeping that ball in. When the defender was just going to let it go out. One touch forward, back into the air. Flicked up. Couple headers, and now James Lo Coco. Coco in the bright green shoes. To his bright green shoes counterpart, but then it's back to the defensive line, or the back line, excuse me, for the Gators. Sent out, though, on a somewhat dangerous ball. Vincent Vagney was there for it. Thrown in. Right back out. Shot taken. That one goes wide. Not a bad look, though. Outside of the box for Colton English, who had a little bit of English on it. So you can see it's spinning just away from the post there. Some physicality and some words exchanged. Alex McCall was on the defense there for Golden Tornadoes, and he's called for a foul. Amar Merle Merriweather. At the sideline now, a throw in. Back up in the air. A foul called, too much from Thomas Sheptak. Under 20 minutes remaining here in the second half. A hot one here in Monroeville, Pennsylvania. As this one into the box for Gateway, headed and just over the bar. Beautiful ball into the box for the Gators. That was Max Fry who sent that one forward. And a Gator got a header on it, but it went over the bar. I think it went in between the soccer crossbar and the football crossbar. So not much room there either. And how close that was to the soccer crossbar. Some pushing, nothing called. Estremera will send it forward. Little physicality here. Under 20 minutes remaining. 18-15 to be specific, as that one goes past the sideline. Nick Lo Coco didn't like how Maxwell Davis just kind of touched that away from the sideline after it went out. Nick Lo Coco forward, looking for Park, but it doesn't have a good spin on it. And shielding him away from it. And Mago gets to it. Forward. A touch. Anderson, who has 2 goals this evening. This one, strike through the football crossbar and over the net. That was Jackson Stewart, the sophomore. Another look at it. Stewart didn't have really the best angle of it. Just trying to chip it over Estremera there. A header and back to Estremera, who will let that roll to him and pick it up. Foul called on Butler. They wanted a hand on this one. They said that there was no collision. They said that there shouldn't have been a foul called and that it should have been a handball from when the Gator, well, to their mindset, fell over. To the Gators' mindset, he was knocked over. But regardless, foul called on Butler. It was a free kick from Gateway. Good ball to the near side here. Jackson Stewart. Stewart crosses it in. He's got a man there. Back over, no one home though. Headed once, told to leave it. And it goes out of play. A corner is called. Yep, they're calling a corner. There was a touch, is what they were saying on the header from, I believe, that was Vincent Vagney. So the referee calling a corner. How consequential this could be. Thomas Sheptak will take the corner for Butler. 15 minutes. This one forward, Estremera gets a hamburger helper on that one. And the glove from Estremera sends it forward for the Gators. That joke's a lot better when the keeper's wearing white gloves, Estremera and black gloves. Strong touch off the pressure for Princeton White, and it goes out of play. That pressure resulting in a corner kick. A short corner kick, and back over. Shot deflected, and easily McGough picks that one up. A foul called. Amar Merriweather going down, but he's all right and gets up. Good to see. And that was Max Fry, by the way. Had the pressure. He had checked back in to the match and resulted in that corner kick. Fry with it now. The 6 and the 8s from this vantage point with their numbers. Gateway in the Vegas gold numbers. This one flicked into the box, headed once by Butler. Nick Lo Coco. Spinorama, no doing there, but a second player gets to it. Back to Nick Lo Coco. He'll cross it in, low cross. McGough is there for it. Couple players in the area, James Lo Coco, along with Senkai Park, but McGough gets to it. And speaking of defense, some pressure as well there, so just sent out of play. I believe we will have a corner kick for Butler. So Brett Rossi having to send that one out off the pressure. Another corner kick. Seems like Butler's had a handful of corner kicks here in this second half. Estremera got a glove on the last one. We'll see what Sheptak does here with just under 12 minutes remaining. 3-3 here in the second half. Corner kick in to deep corner. Anderson with it. Anderson cuts over, 2 defenders on him. And Fry will get to it. Simon, Camden Simon with it. Simon to Lo Coco, touched over, good play. That's Alec Wright for Butler, who gets to that one. If Simon gets a piece of it before McGough does, he can touch that over to the side. And an easy goal potentially for Lo Coco. Another look at it again here. He gets to that. McGough had commit to the ball. All he has to do is just run through to the end line, over to the flag. and then cut that one back. Could have had a goal, but good play from right for Butler. The reserves have come in for the Golden Tornadoes. About 6 different substitutes have checked in here in this 3-3 match. With about 10 minutes remaining. And a hot one here in Monroeville, Pennsylvania. It's still 81 degrees. Feels like 84 degrees out. It's a humid one. We approach 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Offsides is the call. Rossi takes the free kick. Senkai Park will have a couple players on him, and Lo Coco, that's a handball. Not going to call it. And regardless, it went out of play anyway, and I did call the handball, correction. So with 9 minutes remaining, Rekic sends it in. Echigari. This one all the way down. Can Lo Coco get to it? No, it's Butler who gets to it first. Mago just sends it out. Last resort style. Couple headers, and Nick Lo Coco to Park. Park turns, but he sends it off of a Butler player. A touch, and now some room to work with. Sheptak. Sheptak has Lo Coco on him, sliding in, and they call the foul on Lo Coco. Nick Lo Coco doesn't like the call. The replay here may or may not do it justice. Oh, he got that ball first. You can see the contact there on the ball right before Sheptak went down. Now a free kick. Quick one. That one over the head. Butler was trying to catch Gateway sleeping there. Not a bad idea from Thomas Sheptak. Lo Coco. Echigari. Turnover, and Butler with it. Edge of the box, inside the box, now back over. Michael Roman for Butler. Roman has pressure on him. Echigari. They're going to call a foul on Echigari. Try and plead his case. But another free kick opportunity. This one might not be as quickly taken by Sheptak. With 3 players to his right at the edge of the box and a player to his left. No one over there. And yeah, that's exactly where they're going to go. Not a good touch, but a shot taken. If that ball's a little bit more on it, I think Noah Ernst could have made a run. There was no one marking him over there. And it was a defender off of the wall who got to him. To force Ernst to put up a haphazard shot that Estremera makes the save on. Rekic throws it in for Butler. 5 and change remaining here in this second half. A 3-3 draw here right now in a non-section matchup between Butler, semi-finalist of the WPIAL playoffs last year, and Gateway, due to 4A this year, going toe-to-toe with a top 4 4A team last year. Thrown into the box. Off ahead. Still in possession for Butler. Flicked forward. A couple players try and get to it. McCall goes down and cleared out. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't believe there is overtime in a non-section match. I could be wrong, though. Trust me, if they stay on the field, don't get mad at me. That's all I'm going to say. We have a stoppage and a player down. It looks like a cramping for Butler, which is nice to see Max Fry and Maximo Estremera over there trying to work out that cramp for the player who's down. This is the replay of the throw-in. The long throw-in from Rekic. And you'll see, we'll work through this here. Right about here is where a player goes down. It looked like Nick Lo Coco went for the ball. Michael Roman was trying to kind of get around him. May have taken a little piece of it. And that might be the reason why Roman is down now. Again, just working that out. Good to see he is up and on his feet. Trying to walk it off. The freshman midfielder for Butler. Butler finishing third in 4A Section 1 last year with a 10-2-2 record. Get another look at it here. And you see Lo Coco just kind of wind up and try and fire that one forward. I think Roman was trying to get in front of it before he could. And Roman might have taken a lot of that swing from Lo Coco there. A little incidental contact. So now we're back to 4 minutes and 19 seconds remaining. 3-3 between these two teams. Out of play, and James Lo Coco will try and throw it in. Ryan Hellman gets a piece of it. Hellman with possession still. Echegaray with pressure on him. To Hellman. Touch is just not enough, but kept in by Fry. Fry at the edge of the box. Crosses it in. Defender there, though, for Butler. It goes off Hellman. He's frustrated with himself after that one. Flicked forward. Estremera will try and get to it. He will, and just send it over to Nick Lo Coco. Lo Coco takes a turn. James Lo Coco. 3.5 remaining. Both teams looking for what could potentially be the deciding goal in this match late here in the second. Amar is going to be called for, Amar, is going to be called for the foul. Merrill Merriweather got beat, trying to get around him. Guy got the ball, and he may or may not have just kind of put his arm around him to hold him back. And a foul is going to be called on the sophomore. Deep ball goes off of a Gateway player. 2.5 remaining here. Contact. Troy Bowden. Good defense from him. Bad throw. And now some pressure. Want a handball. They're not going to get it now. They will. A little late on the call, but much to the dismay of the Gateway faithful. But 2 minutes remaining here. Ball at the 50-yard line of the football field. Ernst. The defender on him, and Bowden. Out of play, a throw in. No, correction, a corner kick. My apologies. Another corner. Final 90 seconds, less than that, 80 seconds. Noah Ernst with the corner kick for Butler. Into the box. Still in the box. Shot taken, that one goes wide. From Colton English. The freshman for Butler sends that one wide. Fry with pressure on him. Out of play. The ball boy had to go get the other ball that English had shot. So that one goes by the dummies for the football team. Picked up by the Golden Tornadoes. Final 30 seconds here. It's going to be a long throw in. Rekic is going to heave this one as far as he can into the box. Estremera on the punch. Still in possession, back into the air. The Golden Tornadoes had to get back on sides. Estremera will get it. Do they have one final push? It's 8 seconds remaining. Can't give it away, though. One header. Still in possession. 1 second remaining. And that's going to do it, though. Butler and Gateway. 3 apiece. After goals from James Lo Coco and Camden Simon. Another look at it here. Again, these are the goals from earlier. This was James Lo Coco on the first goal. Lo Coco over taking the second one. James Lo Coco, who had either a goal or an assist in every single goal for the Gators here, gets it over to Hellman. And Hellman slots that one home. 2 goals from Mason Anderson as well, and the goal that made the difference being no difference was Michael Roman for the Golden Tornadoes. As the team's just kind of standing around now. These are the goals for Butler. And you see Anderson get that ball at his chest and make a move. This one, Roman just got into the way of it, quite literally. Or Anderson, excuse me. And then this time, Roman gets a piece of it underneath Estremera and a goal. From the looks of it, no one's left. So it looks like we'll be playing some overtime soccer here. A little surprised, I'm not going to lie. Don't know the rules of WPIAL in terms of overtime. This is the first overtime I've ever had to call in the handful of years doing this for Gateway. especially in a non-section matchup. At least that's what I think. I don't know. Now the referees are leaving. They're walking away. I saw some players shaking hands, but I don't think they're leaving. I think they're just going to get a water break. We'll take a look at the upcoming broadcasts while we have some time. The football game against North Allegheny on August 30th. That's audio only. Tuesday, September 3rd. Girls volleyball, their first broadcast of the year against Indiana. Girls soccer the next evening on September 4th will be against Mars. We'll be on the call for that one. September 6th, football, Friday night at Plum, the Mustangs. Girls volleyball versus Franklin Regional on September 12th. Friday, September 13th, football goes to Kiski. A couple road games for Gateway to start the year. September 16th, girls soccer against Fox Chapel, and the boys soccer will be back here. Next time this team will be on Gateway Gators production will be against Hempfield on September 19th. So the teams are lining back up, and it looks like we will be playing some extra soccer. One of the hotter evenings of the last week or so. It's only fitting that these teams will have to continue against each other in extra soccer. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast. Again, first overtime I think we've had here on Gateway Gators Productions. I apologize for not necessarily knowing the situation. Every league, every team is different. Every situation is different even then. Being a non-section, again, non-conference matchup with varying differences versus a section matchup. So they're going to play. It's 10 minutes. Don't know if it's golden goal. Don't know if it's playing the full 10. But there's only one way to find out, I guess. We've seen the likes of James Lo Coco, as he gets the ball here, be a factor for this Gateway team, along with Mason Anderson. As this one crossed in and sent back. Lo Coco tried to get a hand on it, looked like, almost did. Amar Merle Merriweather, back to him. Nick Lo Coco, flicked into the air. Header from Butler. Back into the air. At midfield, first ball from Vagney. Out of play, throw in. Back for Butler. Roman. It's good to see he's back up after his injury earlier. That one right to Estremera, who will collect it. High into the air. Echegari gets a piece of it, collects it at himself. And now James Lo Coco's got a sprint. The problem is Graydon Brown got to it first. Still some pressure from the Gators. Yeah, from the Gators. Trying to turn, but Fry goes down. Him and Thomas Sheptak going down after the collisions Sheptak wanted to turn. Fry wanted to get a piece of it. And the two players slow to get up. Sheptak is walking on his own power right now. He's hustling, jogging a little bit, and so is Max Fry, the sophomore for Gateway. Both give their handshakes and talking it over with a little laugh, which is good to see. And a drop ball here for Butler. Sheptak with Fry on him defensively. Sheptak uses the muscle, but too much of it. That was his problem. Didn't play the ball, he played Fry. Another look at it right there. And a foul called on the Golden Tornado. Estremera just softly sends it over. No harm, no foul. Those goes out of play. Another throw in. Alec Wright, the throw in. Anderson with a cross, and it's defended and sent out by Brett Rossi. Corner kick for Butler. Sheptak has a player in the area, but we'll see if he whips this one into the mixer instead. It's a low cross. No one there for Butler. Two players collide, Fry and Lo Coco. Lo Coco is able to push through it. He's able to push that ball forward, and now Gateway with it at the turnover. James Lo Coco. Shot taken, not much on it. From Camden Simon. High into the air. Good ball over. Echegari. Back in, couldn't get it to Lo Coco, but Lo Coco gets to it. Nick Lo Coco defended well. Ryan Conaway was there. Still back over for Gateway, though. And Simon. Nick Lo Coco looks for the flick over, but still with it. Player going down. That's going to be a foul inside the box. It's a penalty kick for Gateway. Garrick Rekic taking the player down. Another look. I thought he got him with the foot, but I think his hand just kind of pushed him over. Might have been sold a bit, but still too much contact there. And just unnecessary contact. Player's nowhere near you, having to reach out and grab him. That's going to be the difference. So James Lo Coco now. Lo Coco steps up, fires that one into the back of the net. And that will do it. Gateway off of the penalty kick. And who else but the player who impacted all three goals prior to that one, James Lo Coco. Gets the goal and finishes it off, and the Gators take the non-section matchup against the Butler Golden Tornadoes 4-3 here in overtime. And that will be all she wrote here in this one. A good one between both of these teams, back and forth. James Lo Coco gets the final goal and a hat trick for him. Camden Simon also had a goal. Another look at it again. Just a beautiful strike. Not much Thaddeus Mago could do. Credit where credit's due, though, to Butler. Mason Anderson scoring 2 goals. And Michael Roman scoring a goal as well to tie it back up. After Gateway and Butler went back and forth, the Gators finished this one off here in a thriller in overtime. That'll be all she wrote here in this one for our entire broadcasting crew. For our producer, Adam Gusky, our director, Lee Schaefer, and the Gusky and Schaefer family, I'm Spencer Witt saying so long, and thank you so much for tuning in here on Gateway Gators Productions. Good night, everybody.